A handful of members of the Belize Peace Movement were in front of the Inspiration Center this morning, picketing a meeting facilitated by the Elections and Boundaries Department.
Well, the purpose of this meeting today is for us to engage the stakeholders. We sent out a press release inviting persons who are members of the National Assembly to serve as referendum monitors for the referendum on April 10, 2019.
The Belize Peace Movement, an umbrella organization for third parties and activist groups, was not invited, and the movement is not happy about it. In fact, member Patrick Rogers says that the peace movement will provide balance to the monitoring of the process.
We have seen where the purview, as I was told by the chair of the Elections and Boundaries Commission, that the purview lies solely with the Chief Elections Officer to determine who will be allowed to monitor this process. We cannot accept not having our spot monitoring this process when we would bring some balance in that room. But at this point today, we're skeptical that it can be free and fair when you have nobody on the no side in that room when the polling is taking place.
But the Chief Elections Officer, Josephine Tamai, says otherwise. According to Tamai, these organizations were invited to monitor the referendum process to ensure transparency and accountability.
We want to ensure that everything, like I mentioned, we are held accountable for the actions that we do when it comes to preparations leading up to referendum day. And referendum day, we know that the public officers are the persons who actually conduct the referendum. So again, we want to ensure that we have a smooth process and for persons to see exactly what is happening in those polling and counting stations.
Was it your decision as the Chief Elections Officer to not invite them in this process, or were you following some sort of law?
Well, the law gives the Chief Elections Officer the power to appoint these persons. And like I said, because we have to have some control, you allow one, you have others coming up. Where do we draw the line? Where will we place those persons?
We went there and we tried to get in and they said it's a private property and we have to leave. We do not intend to stay quiet now. We intend to get in the streets because Belizeans need to know everything is being done to make sure they have a yes on April 10th. And April 10th is not an election. It's a people's referendum.
And with that, the Belize Peace Movement is demanding official status to monitor the ICJ referendum process.
My beef is that we are being railroaded like cattle, like sheep, like goat, like cow into a pen. We are not goat nor pig, nor whatever, nor animal. We are thinking Belizeans and we want to be heard and we want to participate in this referendum.
We have to kick down any door that we get into our room. We deserve a spot at the polling on that day to tell other Belizeans that, you know what, it was free and fair. If we're not there, then we're left to believe that they want to thief the bloody election.
We know that we have to have some control when it comes to a process. It's not that we can open to each and every single organization or each and every single individual. It would be good if we have those persons. And one of the things that I mentioned earlier when we met, that nothing prohibits these persons from going with one of the other organizations. If the organizations want to have these persons as a part of their group, then that is fine.
Hipolito, Novelo, News 5.